say, okay, can't get over it. Let's go through it. Can't go through it. Let's go around it.
Yep.
So around it sometimes is a conflict of interest for some people. They feel like, well, if you can't do it with me, then you shouldn't do it at all. It's like if I'm on assignment, I can't be worried about you.
That part.
My job is to get it done one way or another. And I think about the story in the Bible about the guy with the talents. Was the one who just buried it and preserved it and brought it back was spewed out. I'm not going to get spewed out because somebody else has an issue with me doing what I was called to do. So I have always learned to take that no and let that be the springboard to the right yes.
What is holding on when it feels like all is falling? How do I reach out when I feel I'm all alone? When I feel all alone. How do I move on when you're the one I put my trust in? All you require me is only just believe, just believe, just believe. I'm covered by your grace again, all washed up and cleansed from sin. No longer will the devil win. You gave me victory.
Welcome to the Art of Rebounding, where setbacks become setups and your bounce back is your breakthrough. I'm your host, Lefty Williams, former pro athlete, motivator, and believer in second chances. Each week, we'll dive deep into stories and strategies built on positioning, persistence, and purpose to help you rise, rebuild, and reclaim your next chapter. Now, this isn't just a regular podcast. It's your permission to rise again, and this time with purpose. This episode, I have two wonderful guests. I have a PR extraordinaire, dare I say. Really more than that, but I don't want to box you into that, but I just know that you are like a connector of connectors like me. You love bringing people together. And then we have a favorite of mine because I love inspiration. I love prayer. I love music. You know what I mean? My granddad was a quartet singer and gospel promoter. Yeah, and then my mom sung too, and she sung with Hezekiah Walker. For me. Yeah. So let's welcome to the show John Singletary. All right, inspirational artist, extraordinaire. I enjoy some of the things, and we'll get to that. And then PR phenomenon, Randy Bonds. Yes. Welcome to the show. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for coming. Let's jump right into the Art of Rebounding. You know what this show is all about. Listen, I have a brand new book that's getting ready to come out. It's called The Art of Rebounding. It's about positioning, persistence, and purpose. It's going to change your life forever. It's going to help you bounce back, and you're going to be able to reclaim your next chapter. Join the waiting list today at theartofrebounding.com. Go ahead.
I say rejection is God's redirection. And so rather than harping on that no, I just seek the right yes, be it in that same place or a different place. I may come with a different angle, a different, way to get through it. I say, okay, can't get over it. Let's go through it. Can't go through it. Let's go around it.
Yep.
So around it sometimes is a conflict of interest for some people. They feel like, well, if you can't do it with me, then you shouldn't do it at all. It's like if I'm on assignment, I can't be worried about you.
That part.
My job is to get it done one way or another. And I think about the story in the Bible about the guy with the talents. Was the one who just buried it and preserved it and brought it back was spewed out. I'm not going to get spewed out because somebody else has an issue with me doing what I was called to do. So I have always learned to take that no and let that be the springboard to the right yes.
No, that's good. I like that. How about you?
Man, I mean, we're on a podcast, and you are who you are, a legend in the game of basketball. So
Appreciate you.
I'd have to talk about my story in high school, where I was captain, leading scorer of my basketball team.
Okay.
And I was ready to take over my senior year. And fourth game of the senior season, I tore my ACL.
Whoa.
And it took me out. And I think only 20 years later, I'm really going back and recognizing how it sent me into a depression. But I didn't know. We weren't talking about depression. Black men definitely weren't talking about depression at that time. But what it pushed me into while I was spending all that time in my room was writing, producing my first album. And by the end of that year, instead of playing in a championship game, I was winning a talent show. MC Hammer was one of the judges, and got my first check off of music. So that setback, although it was difficult, a lot of tears, a lot of hardship, pivoted me towards what I do now. So that's kind of my story of going from rejection, which is not even somebody's no, but it's God decided this isn't your path. And look, I'm 5'11", so I wasn't ever going to the league. So
now let's parallel park there for a second, because there's something that you do on social media
Yeah.
that would have helped someone like you during that time, right? Of that depression.
For sure.
So can you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, that's a wise connection you just made. So actually in the pandemic, another time where God's like, hold on, everybody stop. So many people are losing businesses, people are losing family members, their dreams were getting stalled and stopped. My wife and I were in New York at the time in Brooklyn, and she was like, you should do something online. You should like bring something to the people. I've been playing piano since I was 5 years old, classical lessons and whatnot. And something I did for myself was always just play kind of meditative improvisational piano. And I brought that online in a platform called Piano and Prayer, which I do both on Instagram Live, but also in live spaces. I get on, I just play, folks join, they share prayer requests with each other, they pray for each other, which has always been the most like touching part for me is to see that I'm just providing a space. They pour into each other, they grieve together. We do some breathing exercises, and I say a prayer, and that's it. Every Monday, 5:30 p.m. on Instagram Live. So
man, that's powerful, man. That's so powerful. So many people need to be able to know that they're not alone.
Yeah.
I had to dare to dream while living a nightmare, right? I had to realize that my life on the outside was lying on me. It was a lie, right? And I had to realize that.
Yeah.
I had to realize that there was more, on the inside of me. There was still a yes on the inside of me. And every day I had to make a decision to move forward or to drown in those thoughts, drown in feeling not worthy or feeling like this is it or you can't make it or you won't. And moments like that, piano and prayer is like, would have 10 times launched me ahead even further. But I was driven and the word dream is a series of images that take place involuntarily in the mind. And you have to have a mindset and a willpower to want to keep going. And that's what I had. And it came because of prayer and because of, a meditation, because of worship, and, things like that. So that's good. What's going on? I hope everyone's enjoying the podcast. Listen, I have a brand new hot honey that's getting ready to come out. That's right. You heard it right. Hot honey. Harold Lefty Williams hot honey. Listen, when flavor meets fire, legends are made. and this is what we put together. I've teamed up with Creative Fire Kiln and Kitchen, and we came up with the Honey Bee Hotness. This is amazing. Shout out to Creative Fire Kiln and Kitchen. Thank you for the opportunity to have this collab and have my own Honey Bee Hotness. For more information on this, go to honeybeehotness.com. honeybeehotness.com. Like, share, comment on this episode. Hope you're enjoying it. Now back to the show.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Being able to bounce back and come to a place of what you've been through in your life, how'd you know that, I don't even want to, well, I guess I could say that PR was like, this is your calling. This is what I'm going to do and do it at a high level.
For me, I've always been an amplifier. I get that from my mom. I say she was the first publicist in the family, and we didn't even know what a publicist was, but I always just believed that amplifying diverse stories, and I always love to connect the dots. So I was that person that's like, oh, y'all do similar things, just kind of how you did when I came in. Y'all need to know each other. And so I got a call from one of my favorite actors in 2009 asking me how I could make their name a household name. I didn't have time to say, let me get back to you, let me go think about it. On the spot, I thought about, okay, who they were, what their audience were, and then how I could connect the dots. And I did it immediately. So I planned on dropping out of school for that person and moving out to LA to work for them full time. Fast forward 7 years and 7 days after that I first met them, I moved to LA, and they're the first person I ran into on the ground here, which was like God's confirmation of right place. Maybe that would have been the wrong time, but I was going to get you here in my time. And it took those moments and those breadcrumbs along the way to say, this is your thing. It wasn't always easy to choose my thing, like to choose PR. I was literally working like a regular job and would be working at the UPS store and on the phone with my clients like, hey, yeah, that interview's going to be at 2 o'clock while I'm trying to ring out a customer. it wasn't necessarily ethical, some would say, but I think we've always seen where our personal kind of conflicts with our destiny, and you kind of have to choose that thing that you know is your calling. So I chose PR, and PR continued to choose me. And despite the fact that we've had times where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this because it takes so much from me. It could be draining at times. I've always had a gift to expose the underexposed. And so I know there was a reason that God had me doing it, and that there are people who can do what I do, but not the way I do it, not with the character I do it, not with the joy I do it with. And so when I kept running from it, like, it kept calling me back. People kept finding me. For the longest time, I didn't even have a website for the first 7 years. It was literally like, if you know, you know. So it was referrals only. And I kept getting calls from some of my favorite actors, my favorite people, my favorite who's who are seeking me out. A little kid in Chicago asking me to work for them. They're clients to this day I've never met in person. But they loved what I did. They heard great things about me. And so it was something that called me, opposed to me applying for a job. I rarely had to go asking a client or seeking work. Like, I don't even, there ain't no job post that I can go and say, hey, y'all need more clients. So it's always had to be this thing where the calling came to me and I was willing to answer.
Man, the calling came to me and I was willing to answer. Someone is listening to that and it hit deep for them, but they're saying, in my line of work, the call doesn't call me. I'm willing to answer the call if the phone rings, but in what I do, it just doesn't happen. That's your camera right there. I want you to talk to somebody. Talk to that Chicago kid who's saying, listen, this is where I'm at. What do you say to that person?
Be undeniable and be consistent. They can look past how you look, but they can't look past what you do when you do what you do. So if you're consistent and if you're undeniable, your gifts will undoubtedly make room for you. When I first started, I had a dream publicist I wanted to work for in New York and didn't give me the time of day. So I started my own company. 3 years later, she hit me like, what happened to you moving to New York? I said, you never hired me. So later, she contracted me. But no, this to her. She loves me now, and like she didn't contracted me, so it put me in a different position. So now I didn't go to work under her. I went working for her with my company, just now being a consultant. So now all these people I thought I would go work for, and I mean, I had a friend who lived in LA who was a graphic designer, made me the best deck and everything. That deck rendered no results because people didn't think that I could come and work under them, which I'm glad it didn't work out that way, because then they all started to call me to contract them with them. And it's like all these people who were kind of OGs were like, okay, you got something young and fresh. How can we bring that to the table? You know, so just being undeniable and being being consistent made room for me, and it got me in the right doors.
You know, during the pandemic, my teammate and I started to, we both had we didn't know that we had the same idea, right? And then once we started talking, we realized we had the same idea. So we teamed up. We began to try to develop this thing, met with some other team members, and begin to try to shop it. And I mean, we met with everybody. Well, it felt like everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everybody said no. Everybody said no. Next thing you know, about maybe 3 years later, you know, here comes that call. You know, and there's no denying that. And once you put certain pieces to the team together, now all of a sudden everyone's like, oh yeah, well, you want to do this? You want to do that? You know, and it's like, no, it was always that. You just couldn't see it. And so what I say to someone listening to this, what I say to someone watching this is that everybody's not going to get it. Everybody's not supposed to see it. Everybody's not going to understand it. You have to see it. You have to see it in your mind before you physically see it, because if you don't see it in your mind when you physically see it, you won't be able to recognize it. I'm going to say it again for the choir in the back. You have to see it in your mind before you see it in your hand. You have to see it before you see it, because if you don't see it in your mind when you physically see it, you won't be able to recognize it. Now I'm going to say it properly. You got to see it before you see it, because if you don't see it when you see it, you won't be able to recognize it. And that's important. That's important. So I don't care what it is that you have to do. I cannot change your life until you change the voice that you're willing to listen to. Then there is something that I can say, someone that I can connect you with, something that you can connect them with that will change their life. It will change the trajectory. It will shave off years. Yeah. You've been trying to do something by yourself, but you wasn't in the place where you could hear or receive what the person is saying. Now you're in a space where you clear out the clutter. Now all of a sudden you meet one person and it just changes everything for
Can I
you.
piggyback off that really quickly?
Absolutely, yeah.
I had an unexpected death after a really big high this summer.
Sorry to
And
hear that.
so it was my first time losing someone from my immediate family, my like household. And it put me in such a different space because I hadn't dealt with something like that. The thing that brought me out was an idea that I had in my head this past spring, being able to come to life a month later and see it like, oh, I had this in my head. I didn't necessarily have finances or, you know, the natural materialistic resources to make it happen, but I had favor and I partnered with people who believed in me, who were willing to make it happen. And the way it came together, you would have thought I had a big budget. You would have thought I put like all this time and energy into it. When it's just like, no, I set an intention, set a date, and aligned with people who believed and saw the value that I brought from what I did. They said, you may not have this, but you have this. You brought sweat equity, you brought the idea. We'll make the rest happen.
No, I
And
love it.
so just literally being able to see it in your head first and see it come to life, that pulled me out of my grief. That allowed me to like shine differently. 'Cause I'm like, wow, it's not about me having an infinite amount of resources or materialistic things or dollars in my hand. But if I just have the right heart and mind and I set the intention, anything is literally possible. And I'm not just saying it metaphorically. Like I've literally seen it. You know, so we a lot of times want the perfect ideal situation, and that never happens. It's never usually the
No,
perfect ideal situation.
never.
But your ability to pivot, adapt, and make it work just because you set the intention and saw it in your head, that's what brings it to life.
No, that's good. I love it. Listen, I have a brand new book that's getting ready to come out. It's called The Art of Rebounding. It's about positioning, persistence, and purpose. It's going to change your life forever. It's going to help you bounce back, and you're going to be able to reclaim your next chapter. Join the waiting list today at theartofrebounding.com. Let's come back to piano and prayer.
Yeah.
There's somebody sitting out there who feels like that church isn't for me, meditation isn't for me, right? This isn't a religious show, but I am a believer, right? So church isn't for me, religion isn't for me, meditation isn't for me, all these things they're saying. And but on the inside, like they're literally like cringing, balling up, screaming for help. Right? That's your camera right there. Talk to them, tell them how piano and prayer and meditation can change their life.
Yeah, what I'll say is the space that I create in piano and prayer is one that is a channeling of what God is depositing into my spirit, but it is not exclusive to anybody with any specific religious affiliation, Christian, whatever it might be. There's Jewish folks in there, there's some atheists that come in there, and the reality is we all need space, stillness, and time to process. We've gone through a lot that we aren't able to process because of the way this world moves, the pace of the world, the pressures of capitalism to survive, to grind, and also comparison that you generally see on that same platform on social media. So what I'll say is for what I do with piano and prayer, it's literally just space. And it's you can do whatever you want with it. You can listen. Some people walk. Some people are making dinner. Some people are eating with their kids. But it's space and sounds that really help you just to calm your nervous system. Because no matter where you're coming from, you could be suffering from, grief, depression. There's always like that next best step that you can make, but you can't make it if you're clouded by all this noise that's constantly bombarding us. So it's a space for you to quiet the noise, get still, and figure out what's that next best step that you can make to start to pull yourself out of wherever you are. And then lastly, I'll say, whatever you're going through, I think the worst thing that I've seen is when we feel like we're alone in what we're going through. And that community, they're going through everything from depression to mental health disorders to homelessness to grief. So you go and you find that like, man, I'm not the only one going through something like that. And that also helps you kind of pull yourself out from where you are. So join whenever you get a chance.
Listen, I don't know anybody who don't want their nervous system calm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's less stress, that's peace. And oftentimes, like if you're a person like me, my mind often runs because I'm constantly thinking of next. And you need that quietness, that stillness, time just to be still. So definitely gonna be checking you out for sure. Let's jump to somewhere else because we short on time. You have this new podcast, right? And both of you teaming up for a talk. Talk to us about that.
So it's called the Mask Off Podcast. It's something that started a concept that me and my best friend came up with during the pandemic. We would just be jumping on the phone as men, having conversations that I wish we had as boys, talking about mental health, talking about depression, talking about even things like suicide attempts, which I'm like, I was your homie. I didn't know about this, or I didn't know you were going through this. How did I miss all of this? And he seemed so stoic coming up. So like seeing him be a father of 4 now, I'm like, you have emotions and feelings. Where did all these things come from? Like, when did you develop this? And he's one of my biggest like people who always just affirm me and always speaking to me. And so we were gonna do it together, but he lives in Chicago, and the day before he was supposed to come to film it, he got sick. So I wound up having to start alone. And then I met Jonathan, and I thought he would be the perfect like addition, but we had just met. So I'm like, I'm not gonna ask him yet. He don't know me. Let's build a rapport. And he himself asked, like, hey, I don't know if you're interested in having a co-host or anything, but if so, I'd love to, audition or submit or something. And I was like, that's confirmation, because I thought that, but I want to ask you because you didn't know me yet, So he joined, and it's been honestly a blessing to have another brother who I feel like I always say jokingly, he's like the complete opposite of everything that I am. Like, he's a father, he's married, and all these things that I'm just not yet. And so I feel like we represent the full spectrum of masculinity in several ways. And so it's really a space where we've been able to bring other men who look like us on a platform to share their thoughts, share their feelings, and talk and just be. I think a lot of times as men, we're defined by what we do, but we don't get a chance to just be. So I started my nonprofit, Be Greater Than, to force us to understand that to be is greater than anything you could try to be on the other side of that.
Man, I love it. So how can people tap into the podcast?
Yeah, you tell
I'll
them.
say, well, right now we're on Instagram at the Mask Off Pod, POD. We'll be launching in the 2026. So
look out for it.
Yes,
look out for it. Everybody look out for it. But in the meantime, tap into the Instagram. Tell them the handle again.
The Mask Off Pod.
Okay, now that's dope. So we definitely gonna share. Listen, before we go, I cannot let you go without this last segment. What we usually do is we have top 5, right? And since it's the 2 of you, we're gonna do top 6. You're gonna do 3, and then you're gonna do 3.
Okay.
Now, these are like your Avengers, these are your special ops, right? These are, it could be sports, it could be top, 6 greatest people, may have had an effect on your life, or it could be, your top players in the game. I'm gonna let you do 3, and I'm gonna let you do 3. You gonna go first.
Oh man, I gotta go first.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So this is like heroes influences.
We're gonna give Randy time to think.
Is it heroes influences anything?
It's up to you. You could either
one
do
topic or across the board.
You can't mix it.
Oh,
so
okay,
if you
Oh man. Okay. Well, I'm gonna stay in. I'm gonna go with musicians.
All right, go ahead.
And I'm gonna go with one Quincy Jones.
Oh yeah, dope.
Dope. I mean, across the board, I can't even call him just a musician. That's a creative genius across all mediums and a student of the craft.
Okay.
I gotta say, shout out to an RIP to D'Angelo.
Oh yeah. Okay.
An absolute visionary and just an authentic, true to the game. And the last one, ooh, this is tough. That's tough. I mean, it's Stevie Wonder.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a get out of jail free card. I'm gonna let you do 4.
Okay.
There's one more person you need to have in there for you. I'm just saying.
Hold on.
I'm gonna let you think about it.
I mean, there's a couple, but I mean, I'm
gonna let you think. It's on your left hand. It's on your finger.
You in terms of musicians, though.
I'm just trying to give you a get out of jail free card. You might want to just.
I mean, look.
The other,
But you're not talking about my wife.
Yeah, hey, I'm trying to say
my wife.
I
But
ain't
see,
talking
you said
about.
I have
I'm
to
trying
stay
to let it be your idea, so you don't get in trouble. That's all I'm saying.
No, you said my wife is not a musician though. She's a writer.
No, but I'm talking about influential people.
Influential people. Oh, absolutely, my wife. 100%.
Shout out to wife.
Shout out.
I just celebrated 20 years married, so I'm just trying to help.
Hey,
that's it.
I get it.
I'm
I
just
appreciate it.
September 19th made 20 years married.
Wow, congratulations. Congratulations.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
beautiful. That's amazing.
I've known her since I was 10. She was 8.
I know my wife since we were 12 and 13.
Yeah, so, I'm just trying to help you. That's all. Yeah. How long y'all been married?
5 years.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but dating for 10, but we were together for 5 years.
Yeah. I mean, I've been with my wife over 23 years.
Wow. Okay. That's beautiful.
So, okay. Your turn.
So if I continue in the musicians round, I'm gonna go with some people from my day and age, and I'm gonna just say 3: Beyonce, Michael Jackson, and Prince.
Oh, come on!
Not just because of their talents, but them being able to stand in their authority and in their power, fighting the powers that be, being unapologetic about ownership, and really pushing agendas that are pro-life. not just for us, and of course it's for us because they look like us.
Right.
But if you really look at them, they've been able to cross over because they touched all types of people. You saw blacks, white, brown, Asians, everybody falling out over Michael Jackson,
Right.
and Beyonce's and people like that. So I love their impact. And then I have to say another biggest inspiration for me is going to be my mom.
got
She's
to.
always invested everything into
Yeah.
making sure that we can do what we wanted to do and what we were created to do. And she was just an example and sacrificed so much to make it, possible for us. But she never allowed us to remain in harm's way.
That's
If
good.
at any point she felt like we weren't safe, whether it be at school or from a partner, she did what she had to do to protect us and make sure that we could thrive and not just be stuck in survival mode.
Nah, that's good. Listen, shout out to moms.
Yeah.
Listen,
100.
this has been a great episode, and we can go on and on and on and on, but we got to roll. Listen, I appreciate you. Everyone, check out the podcast. So much individual things that's happening collectively, and I'm going to tell you this right now. Go on and put it on your schedule. I definitely want you back, for sure. So we can do a deeper dive, because so much more that, what I say is, so much meat we left on the bone. You know what I mean? So much more meat we left on the bone. Please, everyone, follow him. Thank you so much. And then I would say, anyone who is looking for a publicist, trust me, you better follow this dude. You better look him up to give him your.
Y'all can find me at Randy C. Bonds on all platforms or www.rcbondspr.com. And I'll also say, for those who enjoy wellness and prioritize wellness or want to get into wellness, follow my nonprofit, Be Greater Than _ Again, Be Greater Than _
And then everybody need that stillness. So he just told you. Jay, tell him again.
Yeah, so it's Jonathan Singletary. It's my full name, JonathanSingletary. That's the handle. It's just my name. You can find Piano and Prayer there, as well as my music on Spotify as well.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all again. That's it for today's episode of The Art of Rebounding. Remember, the fall isn't what defines you. It's how you rise that writes your legacy. Whether you rebounding from a loss, recentering your purpose, or just learning how to stand again, know this: you're not alone. You were made for more, and you were built to bounce back. Until next time, keep showing up, keep positioning yourself, keep pushing with purpose, because your rebound is not just coming, it's already in motion. Find me on social media on all platforms at The Art of Rebounding. At The Art of Rebounding. And if you want to go look up my personal page, it's at Lefty Williams 42. I'm always down to hear about your comebacks. Until next time, always remember, dare to dream.
Traveling down this road called life.
Lefty, love you too, bro. Lefty Williams.
When we get back, I'm going to hit you with this.
Whatever we need to do. Whatever we need to do. Let's do it now. First of all, you know what it is. Listen, so the legendary Harlem Globetrotter, Lefty Williams, my big brother, next level, just all around the board. I can't even explain some of it. It's just too high power. Punchline is, he got the hot honey out. Listen, it's only 4 of them on the market. One of them, Lefty Williams, hot honey, honeybee hotness. It don't get hotter than this. Hey, the hottest in the game holding the. Hey, listen what I'm saying. You got to give me a bottle that's bust down with the diamonds on it. The honey hot. Listen, the honeybee hotness, hot honey. This not normal. Y'all don't have y'all faces on nothing. Y'all ain't got y'all faces. Nothing's happening with you people. The hot. Y'all understand what's going on. Lefty Williams, hey, the GOAT. Oh my God, I'm putting this on. You can put this on anything. Chicken, pizza, mac and cheese, McDonald's chicken nuggets, whatever you need. It's go season, man. We're not playing with y'all. Dang, I need man, give me a sponsorship, man. Yes, sir. Come on now, we outside.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
He deserved every flower. This is the GOAT, I promise you. As much as a great producer, rapper, everything, entrepreneur, everything, he's a great person. He deserved every flower. For him to be involved in the NBA, this is only the beginning. Remember, I told you that, but he already said it. He just manifested it. Just know that I love this dude for real, for real.
Appreciate you, family. Big bro, appreciate you. Love you too, man. We outside, and you do know that. Yes, sir.